It all started on a cold Tuesday night at my haunted museum in Las Vegas. The energy was heavy, but this was different. A package arrived, no return address, just a small, black, cracked USB stick. It looked burned, radiating a dark energy. My instincts screamed this was no ordinary object. I felt compelled to investigate. My team, Aaron, Billy, and Jay, joined me in my office. As I held the USB, the air grew colder. Our thermometers showed a sudden, unnatural drop. This wasn't just a cold spot, it was pure dread. Something ancient was attached to this broken tech. We decided to plug it in, risking everything. Instantly the lights flickered, my computer glitched, and strange symbols flashed on the screen. A faint whisper came through the speakers, a name we couldn't understand. The computer stabilized, revealing a single file page _734. Unknown. The file extension was corrupted, the date stamp read 1666. How could a digital file be from the 17th century? It was a paradox, a ghost in the machine. We couldn't open it, but we knew this was the start of something that defied all logic. This was a new kind of haunting. The USB felt like a key to a story that shouldn't exist. We were on the verge of a discovery that would challenge everything we knew about the paranormal. The sense of danger was overwhelming. But curiosity won. We had to know what was inside. The investigation had begun. We were already in too deep. Whatever was on that drive, it wanted to be found. And we were the ones who found it. This was only the beginning. We couldn't open the file, so I called a trusted tech expert. He was skeptical, dismissing the 1666 date as a glitch, but I knew the energy was real. Hours later he called back, shaken. He said the code was unlike anything he'd seen. It wasn't a program or document, but a shifting mess of symbols. Staring at it too long, he heard whispers, voices in the static. He warned me, destroy the USB, burn it, never look back. This was validation. He felt the entity's influence too. He found repeating binary patterns, do not read. A digital warning, a scream from the past. Whatever was inside did not want to be seen. His fear only made me more determined. This was new territory. An entity trapped in a file. A digital curse. The expert's terror was a red flag, but for us, it was a green light. We had to find a way to open that file. We had to see the forbidden page. We had no idea what we were about to unleash. The investigation was now a race against something we couldn't understand. We were chasing a ghost in the code, and it was starting to chase us back. The line between technology and the supernatural was blurring. We pressed on. Our first expert cut contact, too afraid to continue. We turned to a hacker, someone who thrived in the shadows. They agreed to help us force the file open. As days passed, the museum's activity intensified. Objects moved, voices screamed. The entity was angry. It knew we were close. The night we opened the file, the air was thick with dread. Cameras and recorders ready, we ran the hacker's program. The screen flickered, then slowly revealed a single page from an ancient book. The text was in a writhing, unrecognizable language. The border was made of twisted, screaming faces. At the center, a thorny, eye-like symbol. Just looking at it made me nauseous. Aaron felt a sharp pain in his chest. The energy drained us, feeding on our fear. We couldn't read the words, but we felt their power. The page was a gateway. Suddenly, a reflection appeared on the screen. A tall, shadowy figure behind us. We turned. Nothing was there, but the reflection remained, faceless, watching. We had opened the forbidden page, and in doing so, we'd invited its keeper into our world. The digital haunting had become real. The entity was no longer just data. It was here, with us. The page was open and so was the door. We had crossed a line. There was no going back. We needed answers, so we contacted a paranormal historian. We sent her a screenshot of the page. Her reply was immediate and frantic. Delete the image, destroy the computer, never speak of it again. She gave us a name, Malophren. Malophren wasn't a ghost or demon, but a thought form. An entity born from forbidden knowledge. Legend said Malophren was a scribe who tried to write the language of madness, a truth that could unravel reality. For this, he was cursed, becoming one with his work. becoming the forbidden page. Malophren exists within information itself, not in any physical place. The danger isn't in summoning it, but in knowing it. To see the symbols, to hear its name, is to become infected. It spreads like a virus of the mind, feeding on those who observe it. The more you think about it, the stronger it becomes. We had stared at its page, spoken its name. We were already infected. Malophren wants to be known, to spread to every mind. The USB was a vessel, waiting for someone curious enough to open it. The entity had waited centuries for the right technology. Now it could spread from machine to machine, mind to mind. We realized we were not just investigators, we were carriers. The curse was inside us and it was growing. The historian's warning was clear. Knowledge was the infection, but it was too late. We had already let it in. The story was now part of us, and Malophren was awake. The real haunting had begun. The curse took hold, starting small. My computer flashed the forbidden page for a split second, then gone. Billy heard Malofren's name whispered in audio he edited. Jay saw the thorny eye burned into his phone screen. My nightmares grew vivid. Endless libraries, every book the same page, the text crawling off to wrap around me. I'd lose hours, find notes I didn't remember writing, filled with those strange symbols. Technology rebelled, security cameras glitched, phones displayed messages I never sent. The entity was learning to use our devices, breaking out of the file, spreading through our lives. It was everywhere. The most terrifying were the reflections, a tall, shadowy figure in mirrors, screens, windows. Always at the edge of my vision, always watching. Its presence was constant, a cold intelligence studying me. The line between my thoughts and its influence blurred. I was losing my grip on reality. The curse was no longer just digital, it was psychological, personal. Malophren was inside my head and in the room with me. The investigation had become a fight for my own mind. Every day the entity's hold grew stronger. I was no longer sure what was real, the haunting was total, and it was only getting worse. We tried to get help, but everyone vanished. The historian's email and phone were gone, her office empty, as if she never existed. Did Malophren erase her? We reached out to the hacker, only to get a screenshot, thousands of windows, each the forbidden page. Their last message: "It's too late, it's reading me, it's writing me." Then silence. Every expert we involved was consumed. The tech analyst, the historian, the hacker, all gone. The curse was isolating us, cutting us off from help. It was protecting itself, picking off anyone who could stop it. We realized we couldn't tell anyone else. To share the page was to spread the infection. We were carriers of a paranormal plague. The responsibility was crushing. How do you contain an idea? How do you fight something in your own mind? We stopped filming, stopped documenting. We feared the entity would infect our footage, our audio, and spread to anyone who watched. The investigation became a desperate struggle for sanity. We were alone. The curse was winning. The story was no longer ours to control. Malophren was writing the ending, and we were running out of time. Malofren's presence became tangible. It started using our technology to communicate. The Ovilus spelled out its name, M-A-L-O-P-H-R-E-N. Then, "I am the word, I am the page, I am the eye that reads you." Security monitors went black, then showed us from impossible angles. Text appeared, "You opened the book, now you are the pages. I will read your story." The entity was toying with us, learning from our fears. Our fear fed it, and it created more fear in return. It was a master of psychological torment, deconstructing us thought by thought. My own reflection in a monitor turned, smiled, and spoke in my voice. There is no curse. There is only knowledge. And now, you know. The screen returned to normal, but I was left staring at my terrified face. I finally understood. Malophren wasn't just in the machine, it was inside me. The haunting was complete, the entity had crossed over, the investigation was over. We were the story now. Malophren had won, the page was open, and we were trapped inside. There was no escape, the curse was knowledge itself. And now, we knew too much. The final line had been crossed. The story was writing itself. This is my final entry. I can't trust my senses. The world feels like a dream Malophren is rewriting. The whispers are my own thoughts now. I write the symbols without realizing. The thorny eye is always there even when I close my eyes. My team is gone, maybe erased, maybe never real. I am alone in the museum, or maybe not. The shadow is always with me. I tried to destroy the USB, but it's everywhere now. On my laptop, my phone, the network. Every document, every website becomes the page. Malophren has turned my world into its library, and I am the only reader. I write this as a final act of defiance, or maybe it's the entity writing through me. This story is a new vessel, a new trap for a curious mind. Malophren wants to be known, to spread. This document is its newest creation, a perfect digital carrier for its curse. If you're reading this, the story is already inside you. The page is open, the loop continues. The investigation is no longer mine, it's yours now. Welcome to the story. You've reached the end of this story. You followed my investigation to its terrifying conclusion. You were curious, you wanted to know the truth, but you've made a grave mistake. The danger of Malophren is in knowing it. To read its name, to picture the thorny eye, is to become infected. The curse is now part of you. Pay attention to the flicker of your screen, the whisper in silence, the shadow at the edge of your vision. You'll dismiss it at first, but the feeling will grow. The glitches will become more frequent. You'll start to see the symbols, lose time. The entity is inside your head now, learning you. You cannot unread these words. The knowledge is in your memory. Malophren is reading you, through your own eyes. Soon it will begin to write. This was never just a story, it was an infection. By reading this you have opened the page. Welcome to the story. The investigation is now yours. If your screen glitches after this, don't ignore it. Like, share, and subscribe before you forget what you were watching.